Hey, what's up? This is Harry Wagner from Harry's Situations, and today I am here with the Winters family. So Jeremy Winters, his two daughters, Kendra and Alyssa, compete in these buggies behind me in the We Rock rock crawling series. So these rigs are super capable, portal axles, rear steer, supercharged Honda engines, but they also have super talented drivers. That's Kendra and Alyssa. They're gonna tell us a little bit about what it was like competing for the first time, how they got into rock crawling, and some tips for others that might be doing something similar. Oh, and did I mention their dad's spots for them? We definitely want to learn about that, so keep watching. Okay, for some context here, I've known Jeremy Winters now for over 20 years. He is a fixture in the Reno rock crawling community, mostly known for having a big mouth. But unlike most keyboard warriors, Jeremy can actually back it up. So he's built some really cool rigs. He is a very capable driver in his own right, but as they say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So Kendra and Alyssa, also really good drivers, and as you can tell by the roof panels on their cars that say, "Haters gonna hate," they like to trash talk too, but they can also back it up.
My name is Kendra Winters, I'm 18 and I'm from Reno, Nevada.
My name is Alyssa Winters, I'm 16 and I'm from Reno, Nevada.
I've been competing in We Rock for about 6 years, ever since I was 13 years old.
I've been going to comps ever since Kendra started competing. I've been taking pictures and videos of her while they're on course. Now I'm competing. Yeah, I've started competing last year.
When Dad spots for us, it's kind of a lot. He's super competitive, so he's hyped up about it, and he tends to yell, especially in tense situations when the time is running low on course or when the buggy isn't doing what it wants to do, what he wants it to do.
I think I'm mostly scared when he yells, and I just want to do the right thing. So I'm just try to do it as best as I can. I wait till he says okay when I turn. Like, he says, a little passenger, and I go, is that good? And he goes, yeah, keep going. And I was like, okay. So I just wait for the okay. I need confirmation before I just go.
What's up with your tiny steering wheel?
I think it's from a go-kart.
We began racing go-karts in elementary school around 5 or 7 years old. I believe, I think that I was 7 and she was 5, or the other way around, but we did that for a couple years too, before this. I think so, especially after winning so much, it kind of becomes like a standard. So if I begin not doing well, it's kind of a letdown because you expect to win after winning so much.
Actually, not really. I wouldn't consider myself very competitive. I just want to do good for my dad.
You can see the sponsors on the side, mostly Kraftwerks, Skunk 2, Maxxis, Treacy Metalworks, Battleborn wheels, Jesse Haines. Did I already say Jesse Haines? Pro Tour, Crawler Ready. They're both supercharged though. Yeah, they're both supercharged buggies.
The first time I competed, it was really, really stressful because I don't like attention on me. I compete in Sportsman B. The adrenaline that my dad said was the best, I hated it. I really didn't like it. I was so nervous the entire time. I think I cried after each course.
I did at first too, in my first few seasons.
Yeah.
The first time I competed was 6 years ago, and that was a long time ago. I think I was nervous, but also I don't think I get very nervous during competitions or before competitions, so I felt okay, I think. The courses were pretty stressful, but you get over it after a while. It comes with time, I think, but after rough courses, I understand how she feels. Like, it is pretty sad to not do good on the course after having a great day. Well, when we have a bad course during rock crawling, we try to make those points up as quickly as we can, especially because we only have 4 courses a day, so it's really hard to make up points if you've had a really terrible course. But we really just try our best to make the next course really super clean, and we try not to get flustered on the next course because that's how we end up having a bad course in the first place, is by getting flustered and rushing through things and hitting cones. And so we just try to get it as clean as possible, try to calm down from that last course. I think we do have home field advantage, honestly, because whenever we go to other places, there are locals that compete and they always end up winning. So I feel like, you know, there's definitely an advantage for us, but there's an advantage for other people in their home cities and towns, wherever the other competitions are. We could do really good here because it's super familiar to us. It's been a couple years since I won the first time, but I was so excited. I didn't expect to win, honestly, but when I did, it kind of, like I said earlier, became a standard, and you want to win every single time, of course, especially since the entry fee is pretty expensive. You kind of want to do good, and that prize money is usually pretty good too, so that's also an advantage to winning.
Now, do you have to split the prize money with your dad, or you get to keep it?
We usually split it, but if we get a first place, he actually lets us keep it all.
My first victory was, I think, 2 comps ago in Baghdad, Arizona. I won first place, and I think it was like 9 p.m. We were already on the road when the scores came out. And Kendra, like, she was in the front seat and she turned back to me and she said, "Guess what place you got?" And I was like, I don't know. She's like, "First." And I was like, "Yay!" So yeah, that was cool.
You know, it's kind of nice that we're in different classes just because, you know, we're not competing against each other. I feel like that would be pretty, I would say messy, I don't know, complicated. Right, that's the thing. It's usually like 8+ hours away, you know, from here to the comp in New Mexico, in Farmington, New Mexico is 13 hours. So if we had any rivalry against each other, you know, 13 hours in the truck together is pretty rough.
Makes sense.
Right. You know, it definitely feels good to hold that title in a way, but I feel like a lot of people don't recognize that we kind of started that. You know, I feel like we're pretty well hated just because we win a lot. So it's nice to see people our age and also women competing, because before we started competing, mostly a lot of women didn't compete. It was mostly men and mostly adults. And so now there's a bunch of younger kids, even younger than us, that compete. And there are a lot of women. We even have women in higher level classes like Pro Mod, which is just one step down from Unlimited, which are really hard classes. I'm kind of afraid of those courses myself. Oh my gosh, yes, multiple people. I mean, I feel like a lot of people in our classes have accused us of sandbagging, even if it's not to our face. You can just tell. Even before we got rear steer, or even before we unlocked rear steer back when I was in Sportsman B, we definitely got a lot of hate for that. So a lot of people want us to get out of their class. What do you got to say to them?
Oh, me? Get better rig, be a better driver. I mean, it's not my fault I'm better than you.
Bang, bang.
I feel like having sponsors definitely puts a lot of pressure on you to do good. I didn't want to lose my sponsor, so I was trying to do as best as I could, but, you know, I was stuck in 4th a lot of the time.
But I feel like our sponsors, for the most part, are really lenient about how we perform and our attendance to the competition. And so that kind of takes away some of that pressure for me, because I'm not completely expected to get first place every time. Even though I try, it's hard sometimes. You know, there are locals that know there are locals that know their location really well, and so it's definitely hard to compete against somebody who knows their ground fields better than you do. I'm hoping to continue to do it, but since I'm going to college, which is the life aspect, I think that going to competitions is going to be a little bit less. I'm not going to be able to go to competitions as often just because college is a whole different level than what I've been used to. So hopefully I can continue to do it. It just probably won't be as much, but we'll see what happens with that. I'm not too sure what to expect yet.
I don't think I'm going to be very good at Sportsman A in the future. There are way too many moon buggies that I don't think I can compete with them. I mean, I've only gotten 1 win from Sportsman B so far, so maybe a couple more wins and maybe I'll move up. If I had to give any advice, I'd say listen to your spotter. Even if they're wrong, you can blame it on them if they're wrong.
You don't stand in here.
Exactly.
Advice for getting into rock crawling and competing for the first time, I would say start in Sportsman B. That's where me and Alyssa started, and it's definitely, I would say, a slower paced class if you're learning. The courses are good to learn on. They're pretty, usually some of the gates on the courses can be exciting. So I think that you can learn a lot from that and build your skill from running the courses. I would say a 2-seater buggy is really good.
Get one exactly like ours.
Yeah, that.
Down to the part.
Well, yeah, Dad does love to build buggies, but I think that that Alyssa's buggy was his last one. That's what he said, but you can't really take his word for things.
And then he keeps going, well, but what if I did build a new buggy?
Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned a thing or two about competition rock crawling and enjoyed this video. I know I certainly enjoyed shooting it, and I want to see more families out there competing together in the future.